everybody, it's me, Corey T, and in this video I want to talk about something really fun, and that is manifesting money. Because people in my life, my friends and my family, they always tell me these days, you're really good at manifesting money, which is a real surprise to my old self, because my old self was not good at manifesting money. I was always in debt of some kind. And I had this habit and this pattern of always asking to borrow money from family. And it went on for years and years and years. And the story began, even when I was like 4 or 5, when I would get given pocket money. And everybody would always say, Karina always spends her money as soon as she gets it. And I just started to believe that that was true. And it was true, because that's what I was doing. Every time I'd get pocket money, I would go straight to the shop and I would want to buy something from Claire's Accessories or some kind of gift shop. I would always want to buy myself something, and it began very young. It was like I was just trying to get rid of money. And so while I never had any, because I was always buying myself stuff, my brother, on the other hand, was putting his money aside and saving it. And so it always felt like there was a huge contrast in our money stories. Mine was always that I spent it as soon as I got it. And my brother's was always that he was really, really good with money and he always saved it. But anyway, the main story for me was that I was always in lack of money, never had enough. I just never had enough. And I always ran out. And I was always just scraping by. I mean, I remember when I was at uni and it was like, okay, I've got £3 to last me the whole week. So what food can I get from the cheapest possible food shop that will last me for a whole week for £3? And when I was in Australia, I hit like a real all-time low, because I was just so sick of hearing myself asking to borrow money from my family. And I just felt really bad about myself for being in a situation where I was asking to borrow money again and again and again. And every time I heard myself say it, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this again. And this was around the time that I really started to know about manifesting. Not in a really, really big way, but in a way, I started to know about manifesting. And I started to say things to myself like, money comes to me easily and freely. I used to write it down, and I had a vision board, and on the vision board was a bank account, not my bank account, but a bank account, and on it was £25,000 in the total amount in the bank account, which was an unsurmountable amount of money for me at the time. And I just put it there and I left it there and I forgot about it. And this is one of those stories where you've heard it so many times before, but what happened was I started saying these affirmations about money to myself just whenever I felt like it, not obsessively, just whenever I felt like it. Whenever it came into my mind, I'd say, yes, money comes to me so easily these days. I knew it wasn't true at the time, but I just said it. And I liked the feeling of knowing that that could be a possibility for me. And I would say, money comes to me in all directions. Money comes to me so unexpectedly. And honest to God, lo and behold, 6 to 9 months later, I got a call from someone in my family who had decided to give me some inheritance early, and to the amount of £25,000. And I was like, what? What? And it literally changed my life, and it changed the way that I thought about money, and it changed the way that I thought about myself about money. And it was so unexpected. I did not expect to get inheritance while that person was still alive. And it wasn't the only manifestation that had happened within that time after I'd started saying those affirmations. And the trick is, the real truth of it is that I was not trying very hard, but I had made a conscious decision to talk to myself and about myself differently when it came to money. And so this was where it all began for me. My story changed about money. I started imagining that I was really successful. I started imagining that I could be really, really successful, and feeling like actually I am someone who is bound to be really successful. I may not be now, but I do believe that that's who I actually am. And also things started happening at work that made me feel like money was coming to me easily. like people wanted to give me money, like people wanted to give me luxury. Because at work, they would send me on these work trips around Australia, and they would always put me in a 5-star suite all of a sudden. And it was like, what the hell is going on? Suddenly I was starting to feel like my reality was reflecting the way that I'd been talking to myself about money. And this had been a complete contrast to what I'd been living in before, completely different. And it all began, I believe, by first of all addressing the way that I'd been talking to myself about money and the way that I'd been living, and deciding to say positive things about money as well, and be grateful for every single bit of money that I had, be grateful for every time I spent any money, every time I ate, anything that I bought, I'd be grateful for, rather than thinking, oh no, I have to spend money again and then I'm going to have less of it and I don't know what to do. I just completely changed the way that I saw money. And the change started with really little things, like getting an unexpected refund, or someone paying for something for me, or someone buying me a coffee. I started noticing these things and where they were happening, because they had been happening before, but I just hadn't noticed them because I'd been in so much slack. And so as I started changing my attitude towards it, I really did start to believe that when I think differently about money, money comes to me. And as I believed that, I just saw it more and more and more. And when I got that check of £25,000, my whole internal state changed towards myself and money. I believed, for the first time ever, myself to be someone who was financially abundant, even though in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that much money, but for me, it was an enormous amount of money. And I remember just looking at my bank account going, oh my God, that amount of money is mine? What? It was so crazy that I felt like I really did feel like I'd manifested it, because I had that exact amount of money. I'll try and find a picture and I'll post the vision board if I can find it. I think I know where it is. On my vision board, and then it appeared. So I don't know what the magic is in that. There's something magic about that, I believe. And I just decided to just do it. Just go with the affirmations, start talking about money differently, and see what happened. I had nothing to lose. I literally had nothing to lose. And so for me, I can't help but believe that did something. That did something to my world. It did something towards my attitude about myself and about money, and therefore I attracted more of it. There's a lot more detail that we can go into when it comes to manifesting money, because we've all got stories about money, we've all got blocks about money, we've all got different beliefs about money, about receiving money, spending money, how we feel about that, how we feel about ourselves. There's so many layers to manifesting money that I've worked through over the years. And it's so interesting. So what I've done is I've made a Manifest Money Live workshop, which will be on Sunday the 24th at 7 p.m. GMT. And it's £25 to come. It's only £25. And the reason why I've made it so cheap, the cheapest thing that I've ever done on my website at all, is because whenever I didn't have any money, there's no way that I could have afforded to go to a workshop like this. There's no way that I could have afforded it. Yet I wanted the information, needed the information, but just did not have any way of being able to afford something like this. So I've made it as cheap as I can so that as many people as possible can come along and have fun with me manifesting money and tap into the abundance that we all deserve. And honestly, believe me when I say manifesting money can be so fun, because let's face it, we know that money can't make us happy, right? It can't make us happy, we know that, but it's true that manifesting money and having money makes life less stressful and easier. So we know that we can't get happiness from external things, but we deserve to have a life of ease and freedom. And that's why manifesting money, I think, is an amazing thing to focus your attention onto and to do. And you deserve it. You just deserve it. So if you'd like to come, I'm going to leave the link below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.